Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Into the Nexus. I am Garrett Weinzorl, and with me, as always, is Kyle Ferguson, and this is our Patron Hangout for December, which means our lovely patrons from patreon.com/ITN. Not only, Kyle, did they get us to a level where we are doing an extra episode a month where our patrons can call in, but they're calling in also. So that's super awesome.
Yes, it is. And I hope they're seeing this madness on Twitter right now as Dustin Browder takes to it in Storm. Oh my goodness.
Takes to what in Storm?
Just answering everything. He's on a tirade.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. I was eating lunch just before we did this, and I was checking my Twitter as I do as a nice anti-social lunch person, and noticing that he's just lighting it up.
Yeah,
talking about non-separate MMRs, unlike the StarCraft League system, which I'm honestly not surprised about because we don't. It's not. Like, you can have separate MMRs in StarCraft because you actually have, like, a separate 2v2 league and a separate 3v3 league. It's not like we have a 2v2 league in Heroes.
He's talked about that, though, for a while. The whole team has, about just having different MMRs for the heroes you play in Quick Match.
Yeah.
Heroes League would be its own thing.
I mean, that's interesting, but having, like, a separate 2v2 MMR because I buddied up with you, but then my 2v2 MMR with, like, I don't know, Cheesy Bob is completely different. Like, that's odd. That's really weird. I don't know why anyone would expect that.
Right, maybe StarCraft because it just that the way that community works, people play that game
also
exclusively.
The way you think about that ladder too, like if you and I play a 2v2, we're thrown into our own ladder as us together. It's unique. That doesn't happen in Heroes.
Right, but I mean, do you even play enough games to really fill that out well enough? Seems like it'd just be a madhouse.
That as well. I'm not calling for that kind of ladder system. It would make no sense in a game that is always 5v5. But,
yeah.
I just find I find it strange that there's even a discussion going on there. But anyway, we're already getting callers, and folks watching live, you can call at any time. All the Skype sounds are turned off. You won't mess anything up if someone's already in the call. And it looks like Master DS is our first caller. Hey Master.
It's Brian again. Master DS.
Hey, Brian. There's
me.
some lovely background noise.
Yeah, I'm my Thigh Guys.
Nice.
Having some
Nice.
fries.
Nice. They have
Peanuts on the floor.
You better have gotten the Cajun fries.
No, I don't. I get the regular fries.
Ah, sins, I say. Anyway, dude, how can we help you? Do you have a question, or do you just want to?
Topic.
Oh, cool.
I wanted to talk about Artana, or not Alarak, the other Protoss guy who starts with an A.
Ah, Alarak, yeah, the guy that it seems like they could probably just make a skin for Artanis for.
No. I want him to be a full hero because, dude, he's played by John Delancey.
Yep.
How awesome would that be to have John Delancey in Heroes?
It would be fantastic. Although, do you think that they would want to pay his bill again?
Yeah. I think you have to because it's so good. You just choose the scenery and it's awesome.
He completely stole that game for me. I mean,
Yeah.
Also, I feel like there wasn't a lot of competition. The characters, Protoss are pretty boring characters, I find.
like the engineer guy, the Phase Smith.
Yeah, the Face
He has
Smith.
a cool beard.
Yes, he has a cool rock beard.
But
Yeah.
also kind of looks like teeth in an odd light, so kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Looks a little Tim Burton-y when you imagine those as big
I
old
could see
chompers.
him being like a probe type hero, or like he summons pylons or something. I don't know.
Right, well, he could summon those the photon cannons, and now they're
Yeah.
adding him as a co-op hero.
Oh yeah.
So clearly the dude's on board to do some more work. I mean, who wouldn't want to do more voice work with Blizzard Entertainment?
So they're adding more co-op heroes then? Huh.
Yeah.
They had like 6 to begin with.
They're supporting co-op. We're getting Nova missions. I mean, StarCraft 2's in a good place.
Huh. That's neat. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about like what I imagine his kit would be, because I used to say like he could be an Arcana skin, but Artanis is a warrior. Alarak would be more like a melee assassin,
Well,
Okay.
but he does have that big old, that wave of power. Granted, he, of
Yeah.
course, slashes things with his blades, making him
Oh yeah,
melee, but...
he needs to have that. He's just, that spell is ridiculously powerful, ridiculously cool, and I want it on a Q. I want to hit Q, and then boom, that big thing.
Oh, they'd put that on an ultimate. You know they would.
No, I don't want it on an ultimate. I want it on Q. and it's just like, powerful, I'm sure, but it's like, well, you think about it, penetrating round also damages some stuff and pushes some stuff back. This would just be a version for a melee hero, which obviously, they're at greater risk. They're, in the fray a little farther. They have to have probably a better version of it, right? Is my logic making sense here?
I don't know, man. If I learned anything from the Brutal campaign, I don't want to support that guy. I built a pylon wall around him so Alarak would stop charging in and dying in the first couple seconds.
That's probably a good thing to do. I haven't beaten that mission yet. So I need to figure out how to do that because, yeah, he just died because he just overextends like crazy.
Yeah.
Just like the real assassin probably would.
Yeah. Oh, I imagine he'd be so fun. Just that big of an area effect with some.
They're sitting on a gold
power.
mine. I know it's probably a surprise to them. You never know which comedy character is going to be the favorite or which villain, but I mean, if they put it as an Artanis skin, that's money made. But I agree, make it its own hero.
They said that on Twitter. I think you said that the guy Ben Brode was it? Am I
Dustin Browder?
crazy? Dustin Browder. I can forget. I confuse which ones are which sometimes.
Which one are we accusing now of killing the game?
Go away, Fly. Anyway, I think he said that Alarak was his favorite of the new characters from the Protoss campaign. So
Cheeseburgers are delicious.
I would
I
would argue that he's the only interesting character from the game.
I like the Protoss lady who's from the past. She's like an old racist. Has really outdated views of everything.
That's true.
She's the grandmother of characters, Blizzard characters.
Like a significantly more classy Donald Trump.
Sure.
I don't know. The whole campaign reminded me of visiting my mother's. I'm always being reminded about making more money and getting a haircut.
Yeah. Also, you know what? We talked last time I called. Talked about Overwatch heroes, and some ones who would be good.
Yeah.
You know what? Two I really want right now, even though they'd probably both be assassin. I want Genji and Hanzo. I want that sibling rivalry in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, I can't see them being anything other than assassins either. But yeah, that's gonna happen eventually, right? It's gotta happen, and we've already got so many lines of dialogue between heroes that are playing on, known rivalries, and that'll actually absolutely be a thing.
Yeah, it'd be cool also if how in Overwatch they have the same traversal ability. It'd be cool if they just had the same talent. I don't think that we have any heroes right now that have the same talent as any other heroes. But since they're brothers, that would be a way to do it.
It'd be interesting if they had something very similar. Maybe still in some way differentiated very slightly. But
my thought would be they could climb over walls like they do in Overwatch. They can just traverse any barrier. They just climb over it. So you have a melee assassin who could just. Or he is ranged in Overwatch, but he'd be a melee assassin in Heroes, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
A melee assassin that can just come out of any wall and then go out over everyone, and you have a ranged character who can just escape over any wall at any time.
I think it'd be interesting if they had an ability that was kind of like Artanis' dash. So when you hover over it, you see that line, and you'll see how far you'll go.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I think it'd be interesting if that was their kind of wall jumping ability. They kind of jump over the wall, but maybe it's long enough to make it over a couple tree lines in the game, but not all of the tree lines in the game.
I was thinking they just shuffle up and then they path over the wall. But yeah, that makes sense too. If it's like a D that's like a dash and it has a really short cooldown.
Right, we're about to get that with the leap on Lunara, so it would be cool, if it was like the trait and they just sort of scrambled over anything in your way. You'd have to be careful where you click, of course, so you don't just scale a tree and end up on the other side dead.
Yeah, or a wall in that matter with cannons firing at you.
Anti-Diablo right there.
Yeah.
Also, I really want Diva, who I don't think was she announced at the last time we had one of these calls, but I don't remember. But Diva, I was in the stress test weekend, and Diva was just amazing because she's basically like a Leoric that doesn't die. Like Leoric, she doesn't die, but she still has some damage that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. We're rocking out to that background music.
Good song.
We're gonna get flagged for copyright infringement from this call. It's gonna be wonderful. I already got it. I noticed. There's an email before this saying that we've been flagged for Electric 6 from last night's after show games.
Of course.
Yep. Gotta love YouTube. Automatic copyright infringement. So, well.
How'd that end up? Did you sing a song?
No. We You didn't
Walked
watch.
out and danced.
We walked out and danced, man, because we had that insane win last night.
That. Yeah.
It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, celebrate.
Well, Master, thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah.
I hope we see
Cheers.
I hope we see Genji and Hanzo very soon as well.
Also Alarak.
Yes, and Alarak.
With the destructive wave as Q. Gotta be Q.
Alarak's
so
gonna
good.
get added, and that's not gonna be his Q, and you're gonna be horrendously disappointed.
I would be okay if it's like he didn't have a third ability like Raynor. Like they could do a second character that had only 2 active abilities and balance it that way, just so long as the Q's there.
Nice.
All I need is that Q.
All right, have a good one, man.
Bye.
A man of standards.
Yep. We got Cheesy Bob in the call. Welcome, Cheesy
sweet.
Bob.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing fine. I've snuck away at a little conference room at work, so hopefully no one comes in, but I might have to like pop out immediately if someone needs to use this room. But
Hey, man, that's cool.
We can make some abbreviations and talk about, moving forward. This is a face-to-face.
We're doing a lot of reaching out to see if we can
Shifting paradigms.
Yeah.
yeah, I can
Just use
Are you
buzzwords.
interested in a social learning platform that does confusing stuff?
I am.
Yes, if it helps me with my micro, then yes.
I should get a collection together of articles on how to be better at Heroes of the Storm on the platform. That'd be interesting. Anyway, I wanted to ask you guys about supports.
Okay.
Want to get good at playing them, but like I always seem to lose whenever I play support. I had a game last night where I was playing Uther, and I think I cast Divine Storm like 2 times, maybe 3 times, because basically these fights would break out, and I just was like, where do I Divine Storm? And like there was a Nova, and like I'd see the Nova start hitting our Vala, and I'd go to cast it, but it was just out of range, and then she died.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I'd get picked up and stunned and then killed. So what would you recommend for, I don't know, like learning? Should I just keep playing supports, or should I maybe just stick to heroes that I win more with?
Well, it depends on what your goal is. I mean, if your goal is to learn new heroes, I would recommend playing new heroes. If your goal is to play games and grind up your rank, I would stick to a very small group of heroes that you are good with. As to your Uther in particular, I would say don't take Divine Storm. Take Divine Shield.
Oh, no, sorry, Divine Shield.
Divine Shield.
The shield one.
Oh, gotcha.
The good one. One you want to
Oh, gotcha. I'm like, well, there's your problem. You're taking Divine Storm when you need to be saving lives. No, I mean, Divine Shield, it's, you just need to learn, you need to cast it sooner than you probably think you need to, especially if you're newer to Uther. It's all, at least it's going to look like you're doing something. If it ends up that it went off a little too soon, adjust for that. But it's better for it to go off too soon and everyone to stay alive than for it to go off late and somebody died. So just kind of get into that habit. As a support, as I play a lot of Uther, I'm almost never paying attention to myself. And that's the number one reason I ever get killed as Uther is because I'm looking at the rest of my team, seeing where they are, trying to judge what they're about to do. If I'm playing Tyrande, I'm always looking at the other players to land my Lunar Flare. I'm trying to guesstimate to the best of my ability and predict what they're about to do, where they're about to be, so I can land that damn stun. As Uther, I'm trying to predict what my possibly less than fabulous teammates are doing, so I know when I need to save their bacon. So I see that Nova posturing in a way that I'm like, she's about to do something really stupid, and I'm probably going to need to Divine Shield her. I'll start kind of rubber banding, like sticking to her as close as I can while still being at a safe distance.
It was a Nova on the other team that was the problem, because as soon as like she'd pop up, one of our squishies was dead.
Yeah, that's
we had like it was really like we had Muradin, and then we had Vala and like 2 other really squishy characters like Jaina and there was another assassin, I forget who's a really squishy assassin. It wasn't, maybe it was
Vala?
Tychus?
Tychus is really squishy. Any of the mages are going to be really squishy. Aziratul, but he's also stealth, so you're going to have the stealth on stealth battle. But yeah, it could have been any of those.
This is one of these things where as soon as I noticed one of the squishies was at all in danger, they were already dead before I could cast it, basically.
and that can happen, but sometimes it's not necessarily the end of the world. I mean, to the best of your ability, you need to try and look for that shimmer of a Nova and be like, oh, here it comes, and just protect that person. And one of the good ways that you can kind of like take a preventative measure is take a protective shield. Put that on them first, because that will give them just enough buffer to survive that 1, 2, 3 punch of a Nova. And then it'll give you the time to pop the Divine Shield if they need it. You may just be able to heal them, and now everything of Nova's on cooldown, and her burst is gone. Because then if they take something like triple tap, you're going to see that coming a mile away, and then you can absolutely throw the Divine Shield on them, or just body block it with your insane health pool as Uther.
Yeah, that the Nova did take triple tap, and it was. I don't know if the triple tap actually ever killed anybody.
Right.
Because it was basically the team was actually pretty good at kind of staying in a group, which was nice.
Yeah.
Which meant that like every time Nova tried to triple tap, like me and Muradin would both like be in the way with no problems. But the main issue was I was just not casting Divine Shield, and people were dying, and it was like, oh. Yeah.
Nova's kind of tough with Divine Shield for that very reason. And also, depending on your composition, it may not be the end of the world if your squishy goes down. If you still have damage, you can use the Divine Shield on somebody else. Because now, once Nova does her combo, she's on cooldown for a while. So you might still be able to turn the fight in your favor, especially depending on where the Nova is.
There's something people have been cooler with recently since Hammer started re-entering the meta, too. When you have a Hammer on your team, everyone kind of crowds around her so that none of the skill shots go off on her. And you have to do that for Nova as well. If you're protecting your squishies against a Nova, blocking that shot, that skill shot that comes out of her, is a huge negation of the damage. And as Uther, you're going to be a bit stronger than the Tychus or Val or whatever you're protecting.
Okay,
Absolutely.
cool.
Absolutely. And if you accidentally go down, you can still throw a few heals and might be able to finish out the fight as a ghost before having to incur the wrath of a res timer.
Yeah, that's always one of those things that takes a minute for me, whereas I'm like, oh wait, I can still do things.
Are you doing the full button build? You got like 8 buttons?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to learn that because
cool.
I figure that's the best one, so I should get good at it. I think I didn't take cleanse because I didn't have a lot of CC, but I took the area reveal things.
Yeah,
the
that's
Nova, and all
good.
it was Tomb of the Spider Queen, so like being able to sort of see into the tributes before we went in. That definitely saved us a couple times because I'm like, we should go, Muradin has like 60 gems. We should probably go turn in it. Oh, they're all there. Maybe not.
Yeah, unless you've got a team on voice chat. Until Cleanse has some sort of really graphic show that it's on them, they don't even know they have it. So it's not exactly worth taking a solo queue environment.
It's not as nuts as it used to, because it used to be you could just like break the CC, but now it prevents it / reduces it. So it's not as just a get out of jail free sort of thing. Like,
right, great against Malfurion roots, cool, but ETC Mosh Pit, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and then I mean, what is your goal? Because you also asked should you keep learning supports or should you just stick to heroes you like or you're good at? I mean, what is your personal goal? Are you trying to go up in ranks or are you just trying to expand?
I want to get good.
Well, then you should. Yeah. Well, then I would continue playing heroes you're less experienced with, as you're gonna.
Right, I think I would definitely like to get higher in ranks, but I think like sort of my pool of heroes is kind of small right now that I feel really comfortable with. It's basically like Murky, Leoric, Jaina, and that's basically it. Like those are the ones that I'm actually kind of good with, and I'm like, if I want to win, I'll pick those. But like the other, like I have all the heroes, but I'm not very good because I've played a little bit of every hero, but I'm not really good with very many.
Yeah, that's
Fill
something
out that roster.
That's something I've been doing. I usually I try not to play too many all at once when I'm learning new heroes. I kind of pick one and stick with it for a while. Like right now, I'm still playing a lot of Morales because I want to get to the point where I'm comfortable picking her in a Hero League game, and I'm still not to that point.
Yeah, I'm currently working on Raynor, and I might actually go for KT because he's just kind of redonk, and it sucks to have him on the other team. Like you guys mentioned that in the show yesterday,
Yep.
I think.
It's good. It's good to be good with him for two reasons. One, he's good, and two, it's great to deny him from the opposing team because right now I think he's objectively better than Jaina.
Right. I mean, I have a lot of. Jaina was like my main go-to in like QM and stuff several months ago. So like I just have sort of the skills on that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I think that I keep saying in the chat to people, and it's that I don't understand how she has such a low, like a 45% win rate. Like, she seems like she should have like a 50%. Like, it seems like she should be right kind of in the middle there. But
I think you're dealing with a lot of people who are newer at her who have stuck with her because they're still learning, whereas those top-end meta followers went any sort of nerf in the bin and they've stopped playing her.
And as you mentioned, Kyle, she kind of got hit harder than others by the scaling change. She seems even squishier than she used to be. So it's probably taking some time, a lot of players' time to adjust to that. I know I'm having a tough time with Jaina, and she used to be one of my go-tos. So.
Yeah, so yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I actually am feeling pretty good about Raynor now because, like, I had a game last night where I was just like, because one of my things is like, because like my two kind of mains are like Murky and Leoric, I'm used to like getting all up in the enemy's business. Right, and I think last night in the Patron game, like you kept calling me out for going like, you're getting too close, you're getting too close. I was playing Jaina, and it's like, yeah, I kind of do that a lot.
I mean, it is the right way to play Jaina, right? Is like the more aggressive you are. I mean, it's like you watch these professional games, and the Jaina is always flanking by herself, and I watch that, and I just get this. My stomach ties a knot around itself. I'm just like, oh God, I don't know. But then they are directly responsible for the kills that just happened.
Right.
So, no, that's absolutely part of it. I am at my core just a generally safe player. So when I start to see anything that looks like even a remote overextension, my gut reaction is just go, oh! So, yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, especially like in kind of pub games, like not voice chat, all kinds of coordination, like, it's way better to play safe because, like, dying and getting a kill is often not as good as not dying and not getting a kill.
Yeah.
Especially if you can kind of get ahead, right? If you can get ahead, you really just don't want to die.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's just, and it's also, it goes back to the very first time I ever played Dota with Kyle. And it's like, well, Kyle, what do I do? Well, do not die. Whatever you do, don't get killed. Because you came to me, Kyle, and you were like, well, as a new player, if you do something dumb and you die early on, the whole other team is just going to pick on you for the rest of the game.
That's very true. It's a bit different in Heroes, though, because we don't have carries. In that situation, I was like, Garrett, you're Lich. Be careful. I'm going to go win this game for us. And it can happen that way in Dota and League of Legends. But in Heroes, I think it's more of a... You need to have sort of that Zerg kind of day 9 philosophy, what he has with the money. If you finish the game and you still have money to spend, you did a bad job. But if you finish the game with, and if you finish the game with tons of money to spend, at least that's where you need to go. So with Jaina, you got to take risks in order to win. So all you do is, when I'm learning a new hero, is take tons and tons of risks. It's why my Artanis is driving Garrett up the wall. Because I'm learning him and I don't know what risks I can take. And then you back off of those and become good. That's what Quick Match is for.
Yep. I agree.
How do you feel about practicing heroes for Heroes League in Quick Match or Heroes League? Because, like, I kind of feel that sometimes Quick Match is just like either just a crazy stomp or one way or the other. Like, often it just seems to be like, the team is like a giant mess, and it's just like you have like 3 supports versus like 2 supports and 3 tanks or something like that. And so
I try to be as optimistic as I can with Quick Match. So the mantra I tell myself is that if you can get good with a hero in the stupid whirlpool that is Quick Match, then you shouldn't have much of a problem in Hero League, where your team composition is going to make a hell of a lot more sense.
Right, and statistically, Blizzard wants to get you to a rank where you're going to lose 50% of your games. So playing in a losing game is extremely helpful. You got to make that mental switch, but like, how much can you pull off? What objectives, maybe a boss here and there, can you get to sort of win this out despite being completely stomped by a team that has a warrior and you don't?
Yep. So yeah, I don't mind it. And obviously, once you've logged 20, 30 some odd games with a hero in Quick Match and you go into Hero League, there's still going to be learning to be had, because it's like, oh, I have a decent comp every game except for that random game when someone first picks a Murky. But still, it happens, and who knows? Maybe that
would be me. I will first pick Murky. Sorry.
Hey, if you win, I don't care, man.
Right, and if that's your jam, go for it.
Yeah.
My Murky win rate's like 60-70%. So
yeah,
like
then
that.
I'd say yeah, you should you should get a shirt that says that, and you definitely are more than good enough to be first picking him. So
that's jam worthy.
Yeah, that's definitely your jam, man. Definitely your jam. So yeah, well, I hope it goes well with your Uther, man. I love him. He's one of my favorite heroes. So
working on it.
Sweet. Well, we should get some games in. I'd love to get in and play with you and maybe show you a thing or two on Uther.
Sure. Maybe if I have a decent game, I'll send it to Kyle and he can nitpick.
That's
Sweet,
great.
dude. I need support.
Yep. So sweet. Well, thanks for calling in, Cheesy Bob.
All right. Keep it real.
See you, man. Alrighty. Next up is Mr. Jake with a very horrifying avatar.
Ooh, I look forward to it.
Hello.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
That is shocking.
How you doing, man?
Good.
I hope you're doing better than you are in your Skype photo.
No problem. Accept it. Bam. All right, let's wait. I don't know if my video's working. Can you see my video now?
It's not, but it's okay.
Okay.
How can we...
No, all right. That's hilarious. So, long-time listener, love the show. I sent an email to the show. Let me pause this stream because I'm getting a double
I was about
feed.
to say, this is super weird thing going on.
All right.
Squirrel in the background.
Yeah.
So I met Garrett at BlizzCon last year and this year. Kyle, I saw you at the bar, but I've never seen a picture before. And so I'm like, is that Kyle? And you're looking at me, and I'm looking at you, and I'm like, I think we're having a moment right now. But I was like, I don't know if that's it, but I don't want to go up to some stranger and be like, dude, I love your show. And so I grabbed my beer, and I walked away.
I'll tell you what to do in that situation, because this happens to me with podcasters. It's okay to just go and be like, hey, are you so-and-so?
Can everyone speak up while my eyes are closed?
I've done.
And you're way taller than I thought you guys both were in my ears.
Well,
I know.
so,
we need
Kyle,
to angle the cameras correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I emailed the show probably about 4 or 5 days ago. You guys probably haven't got it yet. But last year when I went to BlizzCon, I brought back a bunch of those little bobblehead things, whatever they're called.
The capsule toys?
Yeah, capsule toys. And so I got a bunch of them again for the Patreons and listeners.
Nice.
I got, I don't know, 2 Artanises, 2 Nova, or 2, what are these, Valas, a Tracer, 2 Winstons, and 3 of those Hearthstone dudes. And so I'll email you again. My email probably didn't go through, and then just send me addresses and whatever you guys want to do for the show for all the listeners, and we'll give them out.
Yeah, man, we can't thank you enough for those. Folks were stoked about that last year.
Yeah, and then I got a whole set for for the same thing that happened last year, Garrett.
Katie doesn't listen, so I'll say last year.
Okay, got it.
last year, Jake was so kind to send me a full set from BlizzCon because Katie loves those things, and we forgot to go get them, and the same damn thing happened this year.
Yeah, I got a whole set for her again. What I do is me and my buddy will go in there, and they got like the Tyrael sword last year. This year they had the Tracer, and we're dumb, and I spent $20, do the stupid little 25-cent twister thing. One pops out, not the stupid Tracer statue. So I'm like, I'll buy it again. And then the guy right next to me goes, oh, I got the Tracer statue. I'm like, oh, I gotta go spend another $60 on these plastic toys. And so I have tons of them.
Yeah, I know. I see that go around. Like people just stand there for like an hour, just going and going and going, filling up giant bags. Because the first year I took Katie was the first year that they had those, and we didn't do the twisty thing to get our full set. We just went up to one of the guys like you who just had a mound, and we're like, "Yo, here's $6. Can you give us the six individual ones from the set? We're not looking for the prizes. We just want the capsules."
We had so much that we just were walking around. Hey, dude, you look cool. Here's one. And we just started tossing them to people. They're like, what? And we had like Heroes of the Storm and like Blizzard T-shirts on. So they're like, oh, you work for Blizzard? I'm like, nah, man. I just got hundreds of these. And so I just started giving them out. So one of the things I want to talk to you about is I know that Star Wars comes out in less than a week.
Oh,
and you guys have talked about it a while ago on the show. But Blizzard has already implemented the Samus skin for Lieutenant Morales, the color scheme. Do you guys ever think they're going to do that for Star Wars? Like, since the movie's coming out, will they have like a Raynor Stormtrooper or a murky Salacious Crumb?
Have you seen
a murky Salacious Crumb? I would spend so much money on that.
Or a
That'd be
Rancor
fantastic.
Diablo?
Rancor Diablo would be totally dope.
I mean, judging though by both the Monkey Brightwing and Lily basic skin, Salacious Crumb would be horrifying.
Yeah.
Yes, he would, but he wouldn't be a monkey, so I would want him.
And
But
Murphy's
actually-
already annoying as it is, and if I had Salacious Crumb kill me, I think I'd just throw my computer away.
Oh, the laugh goes right in your ears.
Yeah, oh my god.
But we can't. We actually do have some data mine stuff. Space King Leoric.
Well, hopefully it's got
Ooh.
something related.
Yeah.
You know, the lines that have been data mined are kind of "I am your fathery." So, and you know, with the
Oh.
skull and if they give him the hat,
Yeah.
he could be Darth Vader-ish.
I had definitely have to start playing the Orc then.
I'm surprised one of Thrall's master skins isn't more Jedi looking, because he's got the robe on already.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaina too. I mean,
And then also, I have this big thing where I'll get level 30. Right now I'm 37 in Hero League, but I keep getting down to like 29, and then I feel like I'm getting in games where everyone on my team is terrible, and then I'll lose. And I know partly after like them 5 levels ahead of me, I'm just like pissed off and I'll start doing stupid things because I'm frustrated. But I don't know if like I missed that I was able to invite more than 2 people into Hero League and not feel like if we lose and there's 4 of my friends, it's one of our fault, then I could yell at one of my other friends because it's never my fault we lose, ever.
of course.
But I know they said they're implementing changes with that. I'm just hoping that it comes sooner because it's really frustrating that I get put on a team and then 2 people are like, we lost, we're 2 levels down, I'm sitting in the core, and then I lose a whole level back to 38 or 37, and I got to grind it back up.
You playing support or tank?
Right now, I've been playing a lot of Sylvanas, and
Okay.
I play Tyrael. I got my hipster Tyrael glasses on because I've been playing Tyrael forever, and now he's getting more popular and so Tyrael and Sylvanas are mostly my heroes.
All right.
He's a good pick. I'd get yourself a flat assassin and just carry the game as best you can.
Yeah, Raynor that's what I've been used to play. I got his max skin, been playing him, got him to like level 14, I think. But
Nice.
I've just played him so much that I kind of tired of playing Raynor, and
Yeah.
Sylvanas is just so much fun. And I've been lately playing Artanis, and he's a lot of fun, but he's really dependent on that zealot charge. So hopefully they implement that in this trade.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I finally started playing Artanis recently too, and I do really like he's fun, but he just seems half baked.
Yeah, that alt where you could recast it. Last night I played 3 games where I killed their entire team with the Purifier Beam. It just killed somebody, recast it on the next person, killed somebody. I just killed their entire team with it. I know.
Right. And, you know,
3 different games.
pizza dough is delicious, but you still want a pizza at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know? So let's get him fully worked out here. If you want to keep playing Sylvanas, I can see sort of, in my mind's eye that there's those situations people probably get mad at you because you're doing on paper what is correct, pushing lanes, getting to the objective early, maybe even dying there because you're by yourself. So try to go with the awful flow. They can be so bad on paper. They're always late to objectives. They never team fight, and just go with that flow. And if you're the tank, you can actually body block your own guys. I've, in many situations, had a really bad Kael'thas just keeps overstepping the tank, and so I'm like, you know what? And I just sit my butt right in front of him every time he tries to walk in front of me. Take Entomb, just be like, no, put him in it.
Yeah. So it's a little frustrating, but I know they're changing the MMR, so hopefully that irons itself out, and I don't get stuck in the MMR hell that I'm in right now.
Due to their recent sort of backlash, mainly on the Recruit a Friend, they're being rather cautious.
Recruit a
with
Friend. All my
Yeah.
friends are playing heroes right now, so I don't
know.
have any more friends. It's sad. Like I have to tell my mom, like, Mom, all my friends aren't playing because I only have 4 friends, and they're already playing heroes. So that's frustrating. And I was really looking forward to that mount, and now I can't because I don't know. I don't really believe in making Smurf accounts. 1, I don't want to have to do all that work. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
And then 2, I don't believe that I should go and make Smurf accounts to ruin other people's game time because I want to destroy them.
Well, you could do it in AI games with the current XP boost. It doesn't take that long.
I could play other games.
But I still
true.
They shouldn't implement it to where I have to do that. Where I don't know, like all of the people that are really interested in this game have been already playing this game.
Yeah, I mean,
all of my friends.
I said it last night. I think it's perfectly fine as long as this promotion never goes away, because just over time, everyone should be able to accomplish this. But
get it in a year and a half.
Yeah, if it goes away in like a year, then I'm gonna have some choice words because it's not easy for you and I, Kyle, with a show and a small community built around the game to do this legitimately. So, yeah, like you said, Jake. I mean, I'm in the same boat. None of my direct friends aren't already playing.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, and then that's how I choose to spend my time with my community too. Like I ran a Cho'Gall event and let everyone else do the quest, and I just played the games with them. My Cho'Gall quest is still sitting there.
Yeah,
despite the
me
fact
too.
that I gathered people together to like finish it, but spread the love. So
yeah,
it happens.
It's
That's with Cho'Gall. We got super lucky, and out of like the 6 of my friends that play Heroes, 5 of us got tickets, and so we all went to BlizzCon and got Cho'Gall, and all 5 of us are trying to fight over that one friend that didn't get Cho'Gall and trying to get the quest for him. And so now I'm randomly queuing on the A-Move and the Frog Pants and all the other channels saying, like, someone please want to play Cho'Gall? And they're like, no. So I'll have that annoying quest there forever just mocking me, telling me, hey, you could have had gold, but you don't have friends.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
But, yeah, I love the show. Really looking forward to the upcoming shows, and hopefully there'll be a StarCast show soon about the new expansion.
Yeah, at some point we'll get on it eventually.
I still haven't beaten it yet, so I'm not like you guys. Take your time because I still have to beat it, but it's pretty good so far.
All right, well, shoot us an email when you beat it, and then we'll know we've taken way too long.
All right, yeah, it's probably gonna take me a while. But yeah, I'll hit you guys up with the email about all the capsule things, and then just let me know what I need to do, and I'll get them to the listeners.
Sweet, Jake. Thanks.
Yes, have a good morning.
Have a good one. Adding another Jake, a Jacob, who is looking very, very manly in his shirtless Skype photo.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm a LARPer.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice. Awesome foam weaponry then.
Yep.
Do the arrows hurt?
When they hit you in the face, yes. Otherwise, everything is kind of more stings than hurts.
Okay.
They're pretty well padded, and arrows are very well checked because there have been ones that have a shaft stick in shields.
Oh, that's terrifying.
So they check those pretty religiously.
Well, that's good. I used to paintball, and we used to do that, with our firing speeds. So.
Yeah, it probably feels like a paintball, just less of a welt.
Oh, well, wonderful then. Sign me up. I've always wanted the LARP. I've never followed through on it.
Yeah, and ours is mostly combat based. Like, we don't have the lightning bolt, stereotypical LARPer. Like,
okay.
You don't gain levels in ours. The only way you survive more is by being a better fighter.
Oh, well, that sounds like what I personally would be interested in. Because if I'm going to have levels and stuff, I think I'd rather just play pen and paper.
Well, and then you're competing with those people who make it every single weekend, and you just...
Right. That's a nightmare. So... Anyway, Jacob, thanks for calling in. You got a heroes topic, or it doesn't necessarily have to be heroes?
I got 2 questions. One's a mechanics question, which I'll get to second. First, in Hero League, would you give more precedence to a person who chooses his hero first, or to who picks first? Because I've had, my pick, then someone picks, is like, oh, well, I got first pick, so, haha, well for you.
So they're stealing your pick?
Yeah, or like, I'll have my specialist picked out, and then someone picks a specialist instead of mine. So in other words, getting bullied. Yeah, getting bullied out of your role.
Gotcha.
Totally happens.
Oh yeah, all the time. I know.
I try my best to just let the river of internet anonymity. I try to just go with the flow. Because there's really there's no way.
Yeah, like there's nothing you can do about someone taking your pick. But...
Right, and also the other thing to keep in mind too, unless your pick is extremely out of left field, there's no guarantee it would even make it to you in the first place. The other team could steal it.
You've seen what I play, Asmodan.
Yeah.
No one ever steals it.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, I mean it's tough.
It's a mean Asmodee, and there's no way people are going to know that.
Yeah.
Sadly, there's no it doesn't tell them what level you are, what skins you have, or anything like that. And even then, I've seen master skins on people who probably just got out of a lot of
Like
AI games.
I usually had Amazon just normal tint. I probably broke down for his master skin just because there's no good Asmodean regular skins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's been
I
kind of
agree.
neglected in that. The flame of the one looks cool, but that's all. It's like Diablo's angelic. The flames look sweet, but master looks better.
I mean, the rule I made for myself is if I don't feel like playing a certain hero, I don't hero league. And because I know if I get in there, I'll be playing Raynor, Kael'thas, Uther, and Diablo right now. But probably Zagara if I can get her, but that's one of those hotly contested picks right now because she's fun and a bit easier. So, if I don't want to work hard, if I don't want to bust my buns as Uther, like just one of those heroes if I don't feel like playing, it's quick match time.
Get specialists, I usually just go for tank because my ATC is doing pretty well, I think.
Yeah, that's not bad then.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, it's just there's no guarantees in Hero League, and I go in with the expectation that I'm gonna have to adapt to many things: the battleground, the composition, the opposing team's picks, my own team's picks, and I know at some point it'll be my turn for first pick, and I can have whatever the hell I want. So I try and just roll with the punches as best I can.
It just gets frustrating after like 3 games of Asmodean straight away when I see the map that I like for him.
Yeah.
And then, nope, sorry.
Yeah, it's tough, but yeah, like I said, kind of just have to roll with it because it just doesn't. I'm absolutely in the same boat as a Zagara player. She gets taken away from me frequently.
Well, the one game I took it away from you.
That's okay. I expect that from the patrons.
Gotta get countered.
I just got to the place when that happened. I didn't hear any of the episode, any of Zagara love from you. I was like, I'll play Zagara today. And then...
well, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
But what's your mechanical question?
So, to do with reductions and percents. So, would Spell Shield reduce a 7-size strike by 50%?
Ooh, that is a good question. It would be each hit of it because it's,
Well, it lasts for 3 seconds then, so it would last throughout the 3 seconds of Spell Shield.
Yeah, as long as your timing is on point. So let's assume.
Well, as soon as 7-size strikes on them, it triggers. Because it goes for when abilities hit on you, and then it lasts for 3 seconds. 7-sided is 2 seconds.
Right, so you would be good. Since that is a ability damage. It's called Spell Shield, but it doesn't have to be sort of D&D spell.
Yeah, it has to be an ability.
But if you do it against Eloric's life drain, does he get reduced life from it?
No, because he gains health based on his own health total.
So you would lose 13% and he would gain 25% still then?
Exactly. Well, 20% since it got nerfed, but yes.
Yeah, 20%.
Right, because it's a flat amount based on his health. It has nothing to do with the target that he's draining from. But the target that is getting drained should have less health drained, but the Oracle still get the same amount of healing.
So that'd be good targets for like Safeguard and such from Morales. 7-size strike, put it on the person getting it. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, damage reduction is effective against 7-sided strike. If it's those percentage-based type buffs. So, cool.
All right.
I'm glad that thing has 3 seconds on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 3 seconds.
It is. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And if it didn't, I mean, just like a little bit of like Kael'thas splash, and boom, your charge is gone, and then some random like other spell hits you, like a
usually all that
grenade.
stuff has come in all at once.
Yeah.
Exactly. Something I'm really trying to work people towards is making sure they get their auto attacks in right now, on the replay shows and my own lessons, because they'll get into fights as like a Jaina and they'll run in and they'll do Blizzard, Cone of Cold, Frostbolt, and that's about 2 seconds of attack animation of spellcaster body going, doing their thing. And somewhere in there, if you just took a little bit of a breather, you could have gotten another 100 damage in with an auto
They're pretty much going Nova on them. Everything at once, here's all I got.
Really bad on characters like Kael'thas, who, then would have to wait around the 10 seconds for your next living bomb or verdant spears to come up if you didn't use it.
Well, again, Kael'thas, you can just throw Phoenix in there, all those things are gone, and then it's just, here's everything else for you.
Right, but then you have so many spellcasters too. They play like that. They run in, they go pew pew pew, and then I'm out of spells, and they just start walking away. And you're like, no, please, I know your range is awful, but auto attack something.
Here, it kind of gives me the idea for another spellcaster. So Jaina and Kael'thas are all circles, like you were saying, how it overlap that kind of stuff. Well, what about the Diablo 3 spellcaster being more line area effects, spells and such?
Yeah, or Alarak. He's already doing it in a line.
Yeah.
There's a through line through the episode.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'd love to see something like that.
Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking, like, if they ever get the other two primevals in there, kind of like how I'm thinking Mephisto might be. Because he did all those lightning kind of things.
Mm.
And I'd like to see the other two primevals.
Well, of course. And then Bone Spear, right? That'd work. We need a necromancer pretty badly.
Yeah. Because they kind of been neglecting Diablo 2 a bit.
I think number one most requested Vulture and Diablo characters, particularly the Necromancer.
I'm not sure they've been neglecting Diablo. The first and only event so far has been strictly Diablo themed.
Well, Diablo 2. It's all been Diablo 3, nothing for 2.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 games to draw from there, really.
If there's one game I feel has gotten the shaft, it's StarCraft. We've gotten one hero recently, and he's not good.
Well, they've been kind of doing stuff in spurts.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Morales and then in Artanis.
Oh, yeah.
All the maps are coming from.
Forgot about Morales. No, you're right. So we got 2. Yeah.
My heart was already broken the day Kerrigan had Ultralisk as an ultimate. Because Ultralisk, I wanted its own hero.
Oh, you just want an Ultralisk hero?
Yeah, pretty much. Nubrak skin. Actually, that's pretty sick. Come on, do it.
Yeah, why not? Why the hell don't we have an
Zergling.
Ultralisk and Nubrak? Get on it, Blizzard.
Right, and then Kerrigan some Zergling, so we'll never have like the fat Zergling hero or anything like that.
Zergling would be a pretty lame hero. That could be a murky skin because they just die and come back.
Like real cheesy little stitches on it. And
Yep. Yeah. Oh God. Oh, I'd be so into that.
Like that Murloc costume.
Well, anyways, Jacob, thanks for calling in, man. We have a lot of other people still trying to get through, so we're gonna let you go. But
all right.
Thanks for calling in.
Look forward to being slammed by your balls.
Oh God. Oh, you're a terrible person, Kyle.
No, I'm not. I'm serious, man.
You're bad. You're a bad man. Welcome, Christopher.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, I know that icon.
I'm looking at the show in the same time, so I didn't realize I was getting in.
Oh, no worries. Well, welcome.
Hi. Yeah, I changed my picture just to confuse you guys. I called last time with the Gene Simmons picture.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I remember that. I do remember that. Well, welcome back.
Thanks. Let's see. I should open the document so I remember what to ask you. Here it is. What characters are best at soloing stuff?
At soloing stuff.
Stuff as in mercenaries or lanes? Or...
Well, all of it. Dueling, taking camps. Well, Shogal is not a hero; he's 2 heroes, so you can't choose him. Pushing lanes, for instance, because you can be good at keeping a lane, but you can also be good at pushing it, like taking the enemy fortifications down.
Well, that's a loaded question, so I'm tempted to go very broad and say traditionally specialists are very good at laning and taking mercenaries.
That is true.
I want specifics though.
But and
I won't judge you when you say the wrong thing if you do.
The thing is that the majority of the specialists that's a true statement for, and I would also roll Rexar into that.
You wrote him as a specialist.
Yeah, I mean, almost every specialist is phenomenal at laning, pretty damn good at sieging, and pretty good at soloing mercenaries.
Right, so if we were to have like a solo contest, I think at base level, Rexar would probably win. Once we add talents on top of it, I think Murky with Bribe is actually amazing and can sneak some amazing camps.
Oh, yes.
And then if we go all the way up to level 13, Kael'thas can take a bruiser's camp like nobody's business.
Yeah. You just float them and blow them up.
Yeah, I mean, you're totally just a wet sock from there on. Like, if anything comes around the corner and Kael'thas used 2 living bombs, a flame strike, probably not gravity lapse, but still, he's a dead man if anything else happens in that situation. But Rexar he's about the only guy who can truly and safely solo a boss right now in a decent amount of time. I don't want to hear about your Johannas that took half an hour to do it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I'm sure they could. I have no doubt that a Johanna could solo a boss.
But I would not recommend that. That's a terrible, because you're just removed from the game for multiple minutes.
Yeah, I try to play Rexar at the moment now, but I can't. It's so boring.
Oh.
I pushed him to 5, and then I will never ever do this again.
That's how I feel about Johanna.
That's how I feel. I'm in your boat, Christopher. I'm not a big Rexar fan at all.
The bear micro and you have an ETC. You have an ETC on a leash. It's incredible.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like micro to me. It's again, I just can't get over not being able to control the darn bear the way I want to control the bear.
You keep trying to drag select.
It doesn't feel like micro. It feels like World of Warcraft, and in World of Warcraft, it doesn't feel like I'm microing my pet. It's like I'm giving it suggestions, and like an actual cat, it doesn't really give a shit what I'm saying to it.
Derivo in the chat makes a great Sonya. Just spin to win on those bruiser camps. And
Yep. Sonya is one.
Yes, you can also take a boss, right?
Yeah.
In a decent amount of time.
She has good damage output, and her self-healing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, as long as you're moving out of the stomp and not getting caught by the roots, you're totally fine to go take a camp as Sonya.
Yeah, but that's the same with all characters. Don't stand in the poop.
Right. But Sonya just excels. Like, it's just, if someone comes around the corner and catches you, you probably can get out just fine because you're probably missing no health. Or almost no health.
But when it comes to dueling, then, if you took 2 heroes and put them in the middle of some map and they will have to fight.
Raynor all day, every day. He's got a
Butcher, though? Or, some of the bigger characters, like, say, Leoric.
I mean, I don't think he'd beat Leoric, but I don't think Leoric would kill Raynor. I think it would be the most boring fight ever that would just drag on for ages.
Sure, this is a very different conversation for saying we're having a race instead. Whose creeps reach the wall of the enemy first? And if we're going completely without talents, then, Raynor's looking pretty decent there. But, even like getting in lane as a Raynor and you're like, man, I'm safe. I have my self-heal. I have all this range. And a Gazlo, a Zagara can just be a nightmare for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
they won't kill me, but they will push me out of my lane.
Exactly. They will just outpush you. But if you're just talking a one-on-one fight, I mean, your butchers are great. Raynor is great. I think Vala's fine because of Vault. I mean, a lot of people, she doesn't have any self-healing, but she can just burst you down and escape if she needs to. So. Right,
unless you spec for it with the Hungry Arrow and all that.
Right, and that is my least favorite Vala spec. I hate that spec.
Did you land your skill shot? Nope. Well, you lost. It's very unrewarding and unfulfilling.
You overinvested, and you are being just punished in such a crippling fashion.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to lanes, then, if I'm soloing a lane, what do I want? Because Zagara is decent, but she doesn't really feel as powerful as she used to when it comes to just being in lane and being an ass.
Yeah, I mean, if I could have one solo lane forever, it's Johanna.
Yeah.
Knight takes pawn, level 1, it frees up so much momentum for the rest of the group when a tank who really doesn't have a damage roll and no gank roll can just sit there and do her thing.
Yep. And although I would still go to bat for Zagara, I mean, I'm still playing plenty of her, and I still outpush almost every single game I play.
Yeah.
So I think Zagara is perfectly fine. Her win rate is fantastic on Hot Slogs right now. If you go and look it up, she's not really been hurt by the scaling changes. And to me, it feels like nothing changed. Like I got in game, I'm like, I don't get what everyone's talking about. Zagara feels the same to me. So.
Yeah, I tried her today against the AI with a friend. I needed a quest, and she feels nice.
Yeah.
I tried it against people a couple of days ago, and she felt nice. We still lost, but it felt decent.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like players so much, because I still have fun even when I lose. It's like, well, at least, my creep serve is still on point. We just didn't react fast enough, or, unless things just went horribly wrong, there's still points I can look at during the game where I'm like, well, I had fun there. I did that correct. It's just that that's my comfort pick right now.
That's how
we just had a Zagara price reduction today.
Oh,
did we?
Yeah,
Oh,
she went down to 4,000 gold.
Go buy her. What are you waiting for?
I already own her.
I
own most of the heroes, actually.
I'm talking to everyone else listening who hasn't already purchased Zagara.
They should. She's really fun and she's really good.
Yeah.
Well then, I have some personal stuff as usual, and this comes to speed and strength today. Who is the fastest and who is the strongest of you? Both in lifting stuff or arm wrestling and running short distances and long distances.
I feel like I'd probably run faster than you, Kyle, because that's about the only thing I do for exercise. But you would totally own me on the strength side because you actually weightlift.
Okay, yeah, I'm down with that. Like, if we're doing straight up sprinting, I might have that couple inches on you.
Yeah.
Of legs, but no, like endurance running, I'd be out of breath. and plus, it'd kill my gains, so I don't want to be running.
I spend so much time sitting. I just need to get outside and run for a while. So.
Yeah, all the nerds need to start moving around.
Yeah. Get off your butt.
You don't have to run, but do something.
Exactly.
And, regardless of, like, EG's, performance or, any sort of drama that comes out of that, I love that they make their players exercise and be sort of, upstanding, good-looking members of the community.
Yeah.
Yep.
Important to spread that love. And plus, fit nerds are more nerdy than any of us. Let's be honest here. Tracking their micros and, like, entering all their little stats and... Oh, go to a gym sometime and look at those guys admiring themselves in the mirror. They're spinning their characters. They're like, ooh, I like this skin. This looks real good on me. I'm going to change the tint, though. We're going with a red tank top.
Oh, my God. That's wonderful.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Thank you, Christopher, for coming in with fun questions again.
The last thing, and this is a bit of a brag.
Okay.
Me and two of my friends, we were trying to see how fast can you beat the easy bots.
Okay.
We had a Sylvanas, Asmodan, and the Sergeant Hammer, and two randoms, which was a Vala and a Nunubrak. So me and my friends are playing the pushest hero we can get as a comp. We're playing Cursed Hollow. How fast did you think we beat it?
Wait, are you smurfing?
No, we weren't.
I think you did it in 9 minutes.
Okay, I'll Price is Right that at 9:01.
You're an ass.
No,
You're not even close.
I know.
Oh?
It's supposed to be impressive, right? I'm like 5. You did in 5?
You're not even close yet. Keep
What?
going.
3? Wait, go down?
2:57.
No.
What?
We did.
I call shenanigans. Oh, that's amazing.
So if you really, really need your quest, but you don't have time, call a friend or two. Pick a Sylvanas. She's the key.
Okay. All right. I'm
Hammer.
okay. I see how this happened
3
now.
minutes.
Okay, so you just were full on siege mode.
I'm
just-
surprised
we
the
want to try
Asmodan
how
had
fast
the
can be done
mana.
to do it. We want to go under 2 minutes, but that's probably impossible. We're not quite sure yet.
Wait, add a Malfurion in there so the Asmodan has infinite mana.
Yeah, that's the plan. But the thing is, I didn't have mana problems,
Oh.
which is very strange.
I guess I'm assuming you just zerged down one lane, right?
Yeah, of course. Well, we had two randoms. I don't remember what they were doing.
I bet if you got a 5-stack, and you got the perfect composition, I bet you could shave that down a bit.
Yeah, we're trying.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be a good
But-
April Fool's joke replay for you to do, Kyle. And today we'll be seeing this speed run by Christopher and his buddies.
Don't encourage people to trick me. They're like, this is a really solid game. I can't wait for analysis. 2-minute replay. I'm like, wait, hang on. What is this?
What's going on here?
You guys are messing
There
with
will
me.
be, me and my friends will be starting to start in stream and stuff, and we will do a show or whatever called AI bashing. So we try and optimize this and see how fast we can go.
That's awesome.
There
man.
you go.
But 2:57, we were laughing out loud. We were very surprised.
That's wonderful. Well, congrats, man.
Yeah,
I want an update next time we do one of these things. I want to know if you've shaved any time off.
I'll try.
All right.
Right.
Sweet.
Give us the time trials.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in,
Send you
Christopher.
the link to the website when it's up, so you can see when we're being stupid. It will be very short VODs, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Digestible, convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, Christopher.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
You as
You
well.
as well, man. Thanks for calling in.
We're over time. But Mr. Patrick here with Darth Vader on his avatar has been calling since the beginning. So
Okay. Yeah.
we got to get him in here, right?
Of course.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, how's it going? This
Going.
is Riley.
Hey.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Hey. Yeah, so that's me on the left. I don't know who those other two guys are.
Oh. Oh.
Anyway, so I was driving home last night watching or listening to Critical Role. I don't know if you guys listen to that show or watch that show.
Can't say I do.
Okay, just to give a quick promo, it's a Geek and Sundry show, but they do a live AD&D broadcast with their characters being voice actors, and many of them are voice actors in the Blizzard universe. So, like, I believe Matt Mercer, who voices Illidan, runs the show. Anyway, there's a lot of like similar. Yeah.
I saw their they had Nova there, and the Jaina voice actor, and wasn't Vin Diesel there for that one too?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they had some special promotion through, I guess, Vin Diesel's movie because he's apparently a big D&D fan.
I did see that promo, and I want to go back and watch that because Vin Diesel apparently was a hardcore D&D player back in the day. One of the fake tattoos he had in Triple X was his main D&D character's name.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I remember hearing that about him and being like, "Oh, I guess Mr. Diesel is good people."
No, when you see people ask him about it in interviews or whatever, that smile that creeps across his face, it's
Genuine.
It's legit.
That's
Like you can't fake it. And then he turns to the audience. He's like, people don't want to hear about that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But yeah, when they got him to do the promo, like you could tell that he was back in his element. He was a little out because he was a little outclassed, I think, from the practice that the other contenders had. But he was having tons of fun. That was really cool. Anyway, so I was listening to this and I was thinking, like, how great would it be if the voice actors could actually play a game of Heroes and voice their characters, during the fray.
I would watch the living hell out of that.
I think that would be like an amazing Heroes promotional thing. I mean, I guess the problem would be that they don't have the chops, right, to do that. So maybe having some, say, choreographed fight with like a brawl with the blues kind of thing, or something that they would just do.
And then like Red versus Blue It, have them come in and VO the fight.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing.
I would find that immensely entertaining.
That's
so. Yeah,
you're right. The biggest hurdle would be that they couldn't play, and it's sad that what was it called? It was like Voices of the Nexus or Behind the Nexus. What they ran that video series and did Gazlo and Nova.
Yeah, they
they
did two of them, and then they stopped doing them. I loved those.
And they seemed like they could be made, during production. And hey, you just finished recording your lines. Can you sit with us for a moment? But a lot of those videos have kind of died out, which is sad.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to track down these voice actors and have them on the show or something.
We'll make our own videos.
That would be great. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
awesome.
That's on the list. That's something I'd really like to do. So,
Patron goal, do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, that's a wonderful idea, Patrick. I would watch the living out of that.
Okay, so I have a technical question, and I'm finding that so I usually play Jaina as my ranged assassin. I typically pick from tank, melee, assassin, or support.
Okay.
But when I got to have the ranged pick, then Jaina is the go-to. However, because she's starting to fall out the meta, I'm trying to boost my my abilities with KT or Kael'thas, excuse me. And what I'm finding is that I'm getting out damaged, and I'm wondering why this is. Like I'm running the right builds. I'm wondering if like maybe it's as simple as not throwing in the auto attacks, or if I am living bombing the wrong person? Because I know we want to cluster everybody together when we get the chain bomb going. But what kind of tips would you give to try to help spread that damage around? Why wouldn't I be topping a Rainer's damage, for instance?
Right, so you're most likely throwing your spells and leaving and not sticking around for the auto attacks. But then when you get higher in level, which is really where, I mean, KT, like until level 13, you'll maybe break 20,000 damage.
Yeah.
Like, on a good day, and you're being a complete awesome man for that entire time. And then once you get the living bomb spreads, things kind of get out of control. And then once you have Arcane Barrier, it's really about just standing your ground, planting your feet, popping that thing early. And if an Illidan, if anything dives you, you throw that Phoenix under your feet and you fight. And there's very little wiggling you do after you get that Arcane Barrier up.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I would expect that I was flying quite a bit from playing Jaina, but yeah. Okay, cool.
Right. And Jaina's very different because she has a 4-second cooldown spell. With KT, you're probably going to get in a fight. Most likely, if you're just getting to him, you're going to panic and you're going to blow your both your living bombs really quickly, use up your Verdant Spear, and then not be willing to wait the 6 seconds to empower a Flame Strike or the Lift, and you're just straight out of spells. Whereas Jaina, it'd be like, oh, I'm going to do my dance. Maybe I'll get an auto attack because their line is broken. We're chasing, and I have chill effects, so I get a lot of auto attacks in. And KT's auto attack range is atrocious. It's a horrifying place to be. I don't want to be there, but you have to plant your darn feet and attack whatever's on you. You will die if you run from that Illidan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You want to hope your gravity lapse is off of cooldown when that happens.
That's right.
No, I agree with everything Kyle just said. Might come down to your living bomb placement, but living bomb. Like, if you get it on someone, that's good. I mean, it usually just kind of ends up working out in your favor. But I don't.
Right. Ideally, you want to place it on the people who are going to cause the problems, right? Like a low health Muradin, you don't want to attack the tank, but most likely he's going to leap back to his team.
Oh, exactly.
And spread the bomb.
Yeah.
Misha in lower leagues is, of course, target number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because that bear's going to bring everything right.
Eventually
right.
wander back to Rexar.
Right back in.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't be surprised if you get out damaged by someone like Raynor. I mean, Raynor frequently breaks the meters, as long as there's not a massive disparity.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell without like looking at your play.
Yeah, right. I was just looking for general tips. That's awesome.
Right, and then the other thing you might be doing is you're double living bombing the same target too quickly, which destroys some of the damage.
Okay. Yep.
Because it's a dot for 3 seconds, dealing damage up to the point, and then explodes. So if you living bomb and then living bomb the same guy, you only get the after explosion of the first one, and none of the 3 ticks.
Yeah, but then but if scenario is if there's enough people around them and you have chain bomb, it's worth it to just double cast it because you're going to then spread the bomb immediately. So
right.
But yeah, in the early games, try and let that living bomb tick as long as you possibly can.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I love the show.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. Thanks for your persistence. I'm glad we could get you in here.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Have a good one. Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to do it for this call-in episode.
Sweet.
Yeah, folks, as always, just check out the show at amove.tv, and a big fat thanks to our patrons because, we reached the next goal. We're going to be doing one of these every month, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you very much. And if you're not a patron and you're interested in becoming one, you can head on over to patreon.com/ITN. So thanks again, everyone. Kyle is at Kyle Ferguson on Twitter. I am at Garrett Art on Twitter, and we will see you Wednesday for the next episode of Into the Nexus. Good luck and have fun.
Take care.